Welcome back. Next week, the official kickoff to the holiday shopping season. Business is focused on what the next couple of weeks look like in terms of a real window into the economy ahead of the most important retail part of the year for the industry, and that is the holiday shopping season. Joining us right now to talk more about that, as well as the upcoming Thanksgiving Day parade, is the CEO of Macy's, Terry Lundgren. Terry, it's so nice to have you on the program.
Thanks, Maria. Glad to be here.
Thank you so much for joining us. So let me kick it off with the economy. You reported earnings just a short while ago and talked about the rest of the year taking your expectations lower. What are you seeing in the economy right now in terms of consumer spending?
Well, we had a little bit of an insight to this as we were forecasting the year back in February when we said, you know, we need to take $100 million of expense out of the business because we just didn't feel like the economy was moving in a fast enough direction. I mean, by now we all would have hoped that we'd be clipping along at 3.5 to 4 GDP, but we're running at 2.5 to 3 in that range. 2.7, I think, is the last take, and so that's just not enough to drive a big performance of a company like ours. We're a $30 billion retail company. We need the economy to do well, and we've been doing well, relatively speaking. We've picked up a lot of market share, but we knew we had to do something different. So we had basically flat sales, slightly down actually in the third quarter, but we had an increase in earnings of 23%. I think that's what's helped the stock price. You know, so people know we're not taking this sitting down, but at the same time we're taking action when we need to, and we're actually, the good news is we have much higher expectations for the fourth quarter.
The price of gasoline has dropped quite a bit, and a lot of people make the connection of, look, that means more money in my pocket when I'm going to shop for the holidays. How important is the price drop of gas?
It is important. I think it's most important for the lower household income consumer and wherever that person is shopping. Certainly Macy's has that customer in our portfolio for sure. So we expect to benefit from the lower gas prices.
And yet we keep talking about an economy that is sort of moving at a very slow pace. What do you think, from your standpoint, it's going to take to actually move the needle on the economy and consumer spending?
Yeah, well, I think first of all, the consumer just has to feel confident. They have to feel consistently confident that there's job growth here, that the unemployment rates are going to stay down. I think by the way, that is part of the good news that I'm seeing going forward. We're finally at a point now, it took us a long time to get here, where there's actually more jobs in our economy than there was pre-2008. And that just happened just recently. Even though the rate was low, people had left the workforce. And so, but now the pure numbers are actually going against, with a higher performance now than they were back in 2007. I think that's very, very positive. But honestly, what we need in this country is investment. You know, that's what creates jobs. Real jobs is investment. And the way we're going to get investment, I think, is that someday we're going to all respond to the need for a corporate tax reform. We're at 35% today. We're the highest in the world. Too many companies are making choices going overseas with those investments. And if they want to bring those investments back, we need to have a competitive tax rate here in America.
I think it's a great point. We've got a new Congress coming in January. The GOP winning the Senate in the recent midterms. Do you think we will, in fact, see tax reform as a major part of that agenda now?
I hope so. I mean, the thing is, there's so many issues, Maria, that people agree on. That's what, drives some of the business guys crazy and gals, because there is agreement, but for political reasons, they don't come to the table to negotiate such an agreement.
Tell us about e-commerce, what you're expecting for the holidays in terms of online.
E-commerce has made pricing, product completely transparent. And so if you want to buy a Michael Kors handbag, you can just go online, you can figure out where you're going to get it, but you're going to find it competitively priced, at Macy's. I mean, it's just something that we will stay very, very close to. And that's a business that's typically done at regular price. And so it's the time when you'll find it, not if it's a clearance item that's last season, it's on its way out. But for the most part, it's going to be the same price with us as it's going to be at Neiman Marcus or somewhere else. And so I think that the customer is just shopping differently today. I mean, and it's largely she in stores like ours, starts with her phone almost, like 2/3 of the time. She starts the decision, where do I want to shop today? What products, am I looking for a cashmere sweater? And she'll literally do a Google search and say cashmere, and hopefully Macy's will pop up when she does. And then she'll say, what price do I want to pay? And do I want to 2-ply to 1-ply, and she'll do all this right here. And then she doesn't waste her time. So she's going to the store with a full intent to buy, and she knows what she's getting.
Is there a hot selling item this year that you can think of?
The hottest category that has been this year, and it will continue through the fourth quarter, is athletic. So anything athletic apparel, and it's not regional. It's selling all over the country. In our case, frankly, we weren't ever doing particularly well with athletic shoes. We wouldn't get the Kobe Bryant shoe right out of the box. It would go to Finish Line, or it would go to Foot Locker. It would never come to the department stores. So finally I said, forget this. We're bringing Finish Line into our store. So we put Finish Line inside Macy's, and now we're getting the Kobe Bryant shoe.
Let's talk about the upcoming Thanksgiving Day parade. Everybody looks forward to this parade, and you'll have 3.5 million New Yorkers lining the parade route. And the parade is 88 years old this year.
That's right.
What can we expect?
Well, you're going to expect just another exciting event. Not only by the 3.5 million watching it on the streets, but over 50 million will watch it on television.
That's the real number.
And the best part is, Maria, is that it's a 3-hour program. And guess what? They replay it the next 3 hours because nothing can compete with it, in terms of eyeballs on the television. And so we get 6 hours of a giant commercial about Macy's, in the background, subliminal. I guess it was the first naked advertising, where they were talking about that is listening to the Macy's. But honestly, this is our gift, to the community, because obviously this is a very expensive ordeal for us. But we are, we love this day. Thanksgiving Day is such a special day in the homes of Americans. We'll have some surprises. Obviously, Santa Claus is the big winner. We're going to have Kiss in the parade this year.
Wow.
And so we'll have some great entertainment, some great floats, and it'll be a fun day.
Pretty good stuff. Terry, it's great to have you on the program today.
Thanks, Maria.
Thank you so much. Terry Lundgren is CEO of Macy's.